Hey everyone, it's Lori McGuire with the REMAX McGuire team, actually of REMAX Select One here in beautiful Laguna Niguel. And I was cut off with my last video. I was actually showing this beautiful lake. It's the Laguna Niguel Park, Regional Park, and it's a 44-acre lake. And you'll see there's actually people, quite a few people that do fishing here. And I snuck over the fence on the dock, so you're not really supposed to be on the dock here. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and do my one real estate tip of the day and then a personal tip. So my real estate tip of the day is when you're a buyer looking for a property, it's really important. You don't need to shop a whole bunch of realtors. It's so important that you trust the realtor that you are working with, and because you're working as a team. So it's important, like when that realtor is showing you around, this is what my sales partners do. And then I used to do a lot of relocation business, and we still have a relocation company in our office. But it's really important that they show you the comparables for the neighborhoods. So what I generally do, and I have my sales partners do, when we're out showing homes, especially with relocation buyers, we start with first of all, cities, okay? Because many relocation buyers, you don't know what areas you want to reside in. You just know that there's Orange County. And it's really funny because some people I've met on like airplanes even, and they're from other areas, they say, gosh, what area do you work? And I say, oh, I'm in Laguna Niguel, or Orange County or Laguna Beach or whatever. And they say, gosh, where is that? And I say, oh, it's between Los Angeles and San Diego. And they go, oh, okay, now I understand. So someone even from out of the country, they really need to be schooled on what the communities have to offer. So we first start with different cities. Okay, we narrow down the cities, and a lot of times it has to depend on the schools, and then also the amenities, what they feel comfortable with. Some people, I want to make sure you see all the lake here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. So a lot of times it starts with if they want to be close to the ocean, are they okay with being out like in Coto de Caza, which is a beautiful development, but that's going to be warmer. It's probably going to be 10 to 15 degrees warmer than the coastal areas. And then once we narrow it down by cities, then we narrow it down by neighborhoods. It's usually easier to do that when there's a lot of inventory, because there may be quite a few listings in every neighborhood. And so I just want you to know that, like right now, inventory is at a record low. So, a lot of times when we know that there is a buyer that loves a certain neighborhood, we will go ahead and send letters out to the whole neighborhood saying that we have a buyer. And we've sold a lot of properties that way, where it's just the right situation. And, but it's really important, like even we give our buyers a buyer book. It's like a relocation book. And we put together the properties that they're going to see, and then the comparables for the neighborhood. And we'll show the history of the listing, how many days on the market, every little thing you could imagine, floor plans, builder information, if there's been lawsuits in the neighborhood, they need to be aware of that. But most neighborhoods have had lawsuits. So I always tell buyers that don't be spooked if there was a lawsuit or anything like that. Almost every neighborhood has had a class action suit. So it's just a matter of if there is one now. And so it's also really important when you're going out and you're looking at homes, don't be too excited if there's another realtor there, who's representing the seller, or the seller's home. Because I've had buyers do this, and I try to, give them visual signs not to be too excited, but all of a sudden they know it's the right house for them. So just keep your emotions in place and wait until you get out to the car. Just look at the home and look at everything. It's totally okay. Usually you go back for a second showing anyway. But you don't want the buyer, or should I say the seller or the seller's agent to, see that you're really excited about it. So anyway, I'm trying to figure this out, my posting. Oh gosh. Anyway, okay, I want to invite some friends here too. I don't know if you could see me, but oh gosh, that Facebook is really confusing. So anyway, and then you go back for a second showing. A lot of times I think it's good to see it at a different time of the day than when you saw it. So instead of seeing it like during the day, you see it in the night. And then you check out the neighbors, you know, on your own. You go around and you talk to the neighbors. And you know, the worst thing you could do is if a property is brand new on the market, don't throw a lowball offer on, you know, if it's priced right. I see this all the time where, you know, I'll have a buyer and they say, oh, I wanted to go, you know, 10% below something so crazy. And then I just say, you know what, you're gonna have a better chance of having the seller take you seriously if you come in at a realistic price. Because a lot of sellers won't even counter. And I've had this even with my own listings just recently. I've had a few offers, really low offers on some of my listings. And, you know, I try to encourage the sellers to come back with a counter offer, but they're really, you know, disheartened by them. So they just say, no, if they want to rewrite the offer, then I'll consider it. So, but getting back to the buyers, you have your financing in place even before you start looking. Boy, is that key. Oh gosh, you know, first of all, we always ask people, you know, have you spoken to a lender? Not that we don't want to waste our time, but it's wasting your time as well. And, you know, we really think it's important that you know what your payments are going to be and everything, and that you're qualified, because a lot of times when a buyer goes to an open house, for instance, they are usually attracted to neighborhoods that are more expensive than what they generally can afford. Or, you know, sometimes they are. You know, that's usually what statistics say. Now, when they're calling off like Zillow, they know the price and everything, so they're already comfortable with it. And a lot of times they can afford more. So when I'm getting a call off of one of my properties, it really depends on if they saw the sign, if they were a Zillow lead. It used to be in the past when we didn't have Zillow or the internet that, you know, it was either a sign call or it was an ad call. So I knew exactly, like, you know, what kind, if they were comfortable with the price range possibly, or perhaps it was the neighborhood that they were really interested in, that type of neighborhood. So I knew how to address it. I'm so sorry that the cell phone is, I'm shaky because I just did a workout at Orange Theory and my arms are killing me right now. And thus the no makeup. And I generally do not wear workout clothes when I'm at work. So one day you'll see me all dressed up, I promise. So just little buyer tips, and really trust your realtor. Trust is so important.